Things are getting realer than ever before on Zatima. Fatima dating Paul, ZAC losing it all, kind of giving the world's a crumbling. What's good, y'all? It's your good sis Erica Vane coming to you right here on Erica Vane TV with another Zatima video. And on August 24th, Zatima Season 2B will return and again premiere new episodes, starting with episode number 11 in a 20-episode season. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on your bell notifications so you don't miss out on any of my Zatima content and conversations, as I will be breaking down every single episode and discussing storylines, plot points, characters, and more right here on Erica Vane TV. Y'all, this trailer was intense. I have watched it numerous times now, and it feels very much so like a drama feature film. So we know that these next 10 episodes are going to be packed full of drama, a little bit of thriller, and keep us on the edge of our seats. Again, in this video, I'm going to break all of it down, going frame by frame. So let's just go ahead and get into it. Before we jump into this video, I have to let you know that this video was created during the 2023 WGA and SAG-AFTRA strikes. Without the labor of the writers and actors currently on strike, the series being covered here wouldn't exist. Through the duration of these strikes, my company and I stand in solidarity with both unions and are refusing paid opportunities presented by struck companies such as the 8 major Hollywood studios. Content created on Erica Vane platforms are independent of any struck company and not created in promotion of said company. Articles, videos, and audio posts are created in critique of the media in support of the artists who created it. It is important that you, the audience, know that these strikes are a result of corporate greed. The writers and actors have been victimized by major studios for quite some time, and the time is now to demand fair pay and working conditions, standardized practices across streaming business models, and other terms that will ensure the pipeline for new aspiring creatives remains open and viable for years to come. At this time, neither union is calling for a boycott of any television or film content. If you would like to support either or both unions, consider donating to strike funds, walking local picket lines, and using your social media platform to amplify messages delivered daily by union members and leaders. Links to official websites and more information can be found in the description box down below. Videos explaining both strikes and continual strike news can be found on Erica Vane TV. Now let's get into it. The overall theme of the trailer is that love is worth fighting for through hard times and real times, which is text that we see intermittently placed throughout the trailer, with this score of this song basically saying I'm a fighter over and over again, to really set not only this dramatic tone, but a tone and understanding of there will be some ups and downs throughout the rest of this season. However, we're going to see our characters, ZAC and Fatima, fight, whether it's fight to be together, fight for themselves, fight for their happiness, their peace. There's going to be some fighting going down. So visually, taking a look at this, the trailer starts with Fatima. It's going to pick up right where we left off in episode 10, and Fatima, I guess, didn't actually leave, because in the last episode we got to see her walk out and say that she was done, thought that she placed her ring on the table, but now we get to see the scene with the similar clothes for both ZAC and Fatima, and she's throwing the ring at ZAC, and Angela's also over there. So maybe Angela convinced her to come back. Maybe she got in the car when she left, and then Angela came immediately and got her to go back in the house and told her that she needed to talk to ZAC. But it looks like in this moment, ZAC has an attitude and ZAC is frustrated. Maybe he is persistent in this whole like not answering, because where we left off in reference to the cliffhangers, like she asks, did you sleep with Connie? And ZAC basically is not responding. He's like looking off. He's basically trying to duck the question, but verbally not providing a yes or a no, which is probably just making Fatima madder. And I could see ZAC getting the attitude of like, I can't believe you have the audacity to ask me this. I actually did do a video discussing if ZAC actually cheated. So if you want to go into that conversation, I did a nice video in depth, and there's a bunch of comments in the comment section where we're really discussing if he did or did not cheat. So go over to that video. It'll be linked in the cards above as well as the description box down below after this video, so that you can have that further conversation. I'm not going to confirm or deny here because I have thoughts in that video, but now I'm also like, well, the way this trailer is looking. And we also get to see Fatima saying that cheating is a deal breaker in this trailer, and then we get to see her actually go on dates. Now, the following scene after that is she's sitting with her parents. It looks like it's the next day, and she says that they broke up. And I think that her parents are probably calling her back to explain whatever it is that they know about ZAC that they didn't tell her before. So I feel like the tone in which she's saying we broke up is that they haven't revealed whatever this information is yet. And I know a lot of y'all feel like they might be related, and that could be the thing. I'm hoping not. I don't think so, just by the other scenes that we have seen play out in the trailer. Y'all drop in the comment section down below and tell me, what do you think the news is that the parents want to break to Fatima about ZAC that she doesn't know already? Now from there we go to a scene where he's in the projects and he's hugging Connie, and that's intercut with a scene of Fatima back at work saying that cheating is a deal breaker, cheating in line is a deal breaker. And I think that's very interesting because the first couple of episodes when we come back is definitely going to be about did ZAC or did he not. And there are multiple scenes with Connie, so it's not that like ZAC confirms that he didn't and then stays away from Connie because Fatima's uncomfortable. It's like he's still very much so engaging with Connie, as I'll mention once we get to her scenes in the rest of this trailer. But there's a heightened, it's a heightened tense conflict around Connie, around ZAC's infidelity and his history of infidelity that's going to, I think, be the driving force at the start of the second half of the season. Now from there we go to what I believe to be ZAC's office, where Nathan and Tony are. And they're talking to ZAC about how her profile now says single. It's like now all of a sudden y'all her friend on Facebook. Now all of a sudden you following her on Instagram. Like, mind y'all's damn business, because neither of you, specifically Nathan, but neither of you have been in support of this relationship for real, for real. You haven't been supporting your friend how he needs in reference to showing up as a healthy, healed individual within this relationship. Y'all are lopsided as friends and questionable as people. So I really would love for them to keep their damn mouth shut, because they tend to help a situation go from bad to damn worse, which we're going to talk about in this trailer as well, because in the next scenes that we see them in, they basically feel like they're making this bad situation go to worse. Now from there we get to go and see Fatima, which looks like she's at Angela's house, and she's saying that she's getting back to me, which is probably the build up to her accepting a date from Paul and going out and just trying to release the relationship with ZAC, because she's now single and she's now done with it. And I think it's so interesting, the choice. Like, I get that we're watching a television show and you only have a certain amount of time, but it's interesting to me how so many characters within the Sisters universe try to rebound from heartbreak or from disappointment within a relationship by running to another person. Like, nobody stops and thinks like, you know what, maybe I just need to heal. Maybe I need to just, if I'm going to get back to myself, let me spend time with myself. Let me make sure I enjoy my own company. Let me make sure that I'm actually hearing myself and allowing my thoughts to influence me. I've just spent however much amount of time focusing on ZAC and his problems and his drama and his this and his that. What do I have going on? What do I want? What makes me happy? What makes me feel safe? What makes me feel beautiful? We don't ever really get to see those moments. It's like they're basically, Fatima's about to be ushered right into now dating Paul, and it's like, this is how we get the circumstances like Karen and Aaron. It's like you can have the perfect person that comes at the wrong time because you're not even at a place to fully recalibrate, go back to center, go back to home, make sure you're good and solid as an individual before you offer yourself up to somebody else to consume, and then for you to get consumed in their lives, and then you just repeat the damn cycle, and then we wonder why we're in these broken ass relationships. Now, don't get me wrong, I have been rooting for, secretly, I've been rooting for Fatima to give Paul a chance, because I really just enjoy his energy from the moment that she met him, and I didn't like how ZAC was disrespecting her in their relationship. However, I am still cognizant of the need for space and time and to not move too fast, and the need for Fatima to figure out who she is post the relationship with ZAC. Because girl, you have made a transformation in this relationship with ZAC, and it's not good or bad, but a transformation was had, and you need to figure out what actually makes you happy, what you actually want, what you actually want to give effort to before you get wrapped up into another man, good man or not. Now, I say all that, and I am going to enjoy the optics that will be these dates with Paul, because I just am. Two things could be true, okay? And we start to get like quicker scenes as we go through. Like Fatima looks over in this one scene, which I think is the date with Paul, and it pops up later that ZAC is actually there, and he's seated at the bar and like watching over the damn dinner that she's having. That is so inappropriate. I get being jealous, but also, sir, relax. And then that's, intercut with ZAC in the office, and he's, talking about his life. Everything is always going wrong in his life. And then we get to the super heavy, the super real moments where basically ZAC's mom is on life support, and it's not clear in this trailer if they wind up losing her, but I would say that it's a very real possibility that he loses her this season, because the way that these emotional scenes and beats play out, all the way down to like ZAC standing over her bed talking with the doctor, Connie consoling him while talking with the doctor, to him getting into a fight with Jeremiah, trying to beat Jeremiah's ass at the hospital. Like, I definitely think that he's doing that because he's just like, what were you doing? You let this happen. So that is definitely coming. That's going to be a very real traumatic time. And I think it's also going to play a lot into ZAC's psyche. And I think that this is honestly going to be the real push to get him into therapy, because we know that at some point he's going to go to therapy to try to save this relationship with Fatima. Now, before that all happens, we're going to get to see Fatima step out. Mama is not only going on dates, but it looked like her and Paul finna smash. And is it wrong that I actually want them to go through with it? I want them to not get interrupted in no way, because she threw him on this bed like she want him. And you know what, God, by golly, Miss Molly, go ahead and have him, girl. Go ahead and have him. Fatima is serving a body. Face card never declines. And like I said, I'm going to enjoy every last one of these Paul and Fatima scenes. We're not going to have them for too long, but I'm going to enjoy them while we damn have them. The only thing is like, girl, are you renting out your damn condo? Because why in the hell are you at Angela's house? She's not back at the condo, but she's not at the duplex, which thank God, because that would be hella disrespectful. If you smash Paul in y'all bed, that would be a bit much, Fatima. But you over at Angela's house, which, Angela gets it how she live, and she don't have a problem with her friend getting it how she live. But also, like, girl, take your ass back to the condo and do all of this. It's interesting because we also get intercuts of like scenes with ZAC back at the duplex, and he looks over his shoulder and realizes Fatima's not there, and that is, creating additional dramatic tension. He even has the boys come out one night. I guess Fatima goes to sing, and he shows up at that performance, and he's looking at the stage all longingly. And why you bring Tweedledee and Tweedledum? Because they don't like her any damn way. This scene, y'all, with Paul and Fatima at the park on the swings is so cute. And whether y'all are Team Zatima or not, y'all gotta admit that is so cute. There's so much packed into this trailer. It's really making me excited for the second half of this season, because I think that they're going to go there with quite a bit. And while we're going to see these characters be put through the ringer with the therapy element, I think that we're also going to get to see a lot of processing, and we're going to get to see what it takes to actually heal through these deep moments of hurt and pain and strife. I was looking at the scene when Connie was coming out of the house at the duplex, and I was wondering if that means that ZAC's mom died, or if she was... I kind of feel like his mom dies. But the way that Devale has done, interviews and talked about it, I'm like, maybe it got really, really close. But I really only think that Connie is coming out of duplex because of that. Even though at the same time, Fatima looks like she's coming out of Deja's house. And I'm like, not you becoming friends with Deja now. Is that what's going on here? The enemy of my enemy is my friend? Or something? I don't know. But that was a very interesting scene to see play out. And then also, I don't know where we're outside of. Maybe it's Angela's house, and ZAC is coming over to get Fatima back, and Paul is coming out of there, and then they have some kind of conversation. But it doesn't look like ZAC is the one that's actually jumping up in Paul's face. It looks like Nathan and Tony are trying to hold each other back. Like, it's very weird, the little slight clip that we get. But we're going to see a face-off between ZAC and Paul, as well as Connie and Fatima on a solo tip. We already getting tons of tension on sisters, so Lord help us. And then Fatima, there's another scene where Fatima gets some kind of file while she's at work. I don't know if this has anything to do with ZAC and Bryce losing all their money, because we do get a quick cut to a scene in the trailer about where where Bryce is talking about all of the money in their accounts are frozen because something happened. I'm like, okay, is the SEC lady back? Because she's like, oh, gotcha. You thought you were quicker than that. Which I hope not, because that SEC storyline was absolutely horrible, and I think it was poorly executed, and I think they need to go ahead and let it die. Now, if ZAC just loses all his money, he loses all his money. I think it also could be tied to one of the property deals that they had. I have to go back and rewatch, because I know that Valerie was alluding to something about a property, or like Bryce had concerns, but they never really gave enough time and explanation to it, so I kind of glossed over it. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think about that part and ZAC losing all his money. I don't really believe he's losing all his money personally. I think he's going to lose everything that he invested into their business, which he still has money, you know, backed up. Now, Angela, while she's supporting Fatima, and Angela's house is where Fatima's going to go when she leaves the duplex, we also get to see a few moments where Angela is standing by Bryce's side, and I'm like, okay, girl, so do you really want to be with this boy, and you gonna stop playing games? Because I'm also over that storyline as well. It's like, if you can't be with a bisexual man, that's cool. I agree, I can't do it as well, but don't waste this man's time and don't lead this man on. All right, y'all, that's what I think about the trailer. I will be coming with a few other videos as we lead up to the premiere on August 24th. So be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on your bell notifications so you know the moment that a Zatima video drops on Erica Vane TV. I'm your good sis, you let us talk TV with, and I'll see you in the next one.